So we all have to go green, for this green to stay green. By the way guys, I'm Hereen Gandhi and I'm the new contributing editor at Exhibit magazine. So you'll be seeing me more often. This is the new MG Comet and this is my first drive review. So isn't this a weird design? I agree. But this car is a very popular pick in Japan. These are called microcars. Now you'll see a lot of them in Japan, but we'll not see many in India. So I really want to see how the Indian market welcomes this car. Let's start with the front of the car. So the front has got a full LED setup, and what I really like is this LED strip. It makes the car look way bigger than it actually is because it's a very compact car on the outside, but it does look longer, and that's one thing I really like about it. So the charging port is right here behind the MG logo. It lightens up when you charge it as well. Now it's got just an AC port. Unfortunately, there's no DC port and it takes up to 7 hours to fully charge, which is alright. So coming to the side, I'll talk about the wheels a little. They're 12 inches and if you can see, they're really tiny, but they're also super cute. So now when you compare it with the door, come, I'll show you the door. The door is really huge if you compare it with the wheel. It's really small in front of the door, so it looks quite funny, but it also looks really cute. So the door is pretty large. Even if you compare it with the rest of the three-door cars, this is a very large door. So the person sitting at the back, they wouldn't have much of a problem entering, and it's very airy on the inside. That will come to once we talk about the interior. Now let's go towards the back of the car. So coming to the back of the car, it's got the same LED strip at the back and the chrome, so it makes it look much larger than it actually is, just like the front. Now it's got the Comet MG badging right here, which looks really nice. The internet inside, of course, like all the other MG cars, is here. So the boot clearly does not have much space. All you can keep is probably just the charging cable and a small bag. And there is a toolkit here, which is for a punctured tire. With a Velcro, but there really is no need for the Velcro because there is no space, so it's obviously going to stay in place anyway. So let's move to the interior of the car. So talking about the interior, let's first talk about the infotainment system. It's got a 10.25-inch dual screen infotainment system which supports Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. And for such a car, I wasn't expecting there to be such a big infotainment system. But there's one minus point, is that the steering wheel is almost covering it for me. So if I ever want to, go to the settings or go to home, I'll have to bend a little bit here, which will obviously disrupt my driving experience. But all in all, it's nice. The two-spoke steering wheel, which I call the iPod spoke steering wheel, has a manual tilt adjustment with controls for the instrument cluster on the left spoke and the much talked about voice command controller on the right spoke, which includes 100+ voice commands, including regional languages as well, making it quite the highlight for me. Now when you come to the storage, there is plenty storage in this car. Now being such a small car, even then they've managed to give a lot of storage. There are 2 cup holders. There is a lot of storage on the sides of the doors. There's one issue, there's no glove box, and major storage issue can come if you're going for a longer drive, but this is going to be an urban car. It's just going to be a city drive, so for that it's pretty good. It's got physical rotary knobs under the lower dashboard for climate control, and it also has an impressive transmission knob between the seats. So 2 things I found weird is in terms of placement, is the power window switch is here, which is very uncomfortable. My hand kind of hits the handbrake every time, and there are USB ports here, which are a really funny position because you can't even see it. So, and it doesn't have a C-type, that I believe is coming in the add-on. So this is a 12-watt socket right here, which is again a very weird position to put it, because where will you keep the phone also? If I put it on charge here, then there is no space for me to keep the phone. Even if I put it here, it's going to slide off. So another thing cool about it is you can just slide through here. So I am going to show you the back seats. There is some room, I think. Okay, for someone my height, I'm about 5'5". So for me there is enough leg room, but anyone taller might have an issue here. It's also slightly claustrophobic because the view from the back is not much. It's very airy in the front because at the front, the windshield is very long, and sides are very big, you can see very well, but at the back it's very, very tiny.
I just wanna have fun, turn around now, turn around now.
It has a smooth handling through heavy traffic and compact roads. Its size really helps you to squeeze your way through traffic. At one point, I actually felt pity for all the sedans and SUVs just waiting there while I made my way around the packed stretch very easily.
Just one problem I have is with the A-pillar. It's a major blind spot and the car is very small to have such a large A-pillar. So that's one minus point. But overall, even though the car is so compact and small, I don't feel that way. I feel it's a very spacious car while driving, at least maybe because of the way I showed you the interior. It's maybe it's the lighter colors, but it's giving a very spacious feel on the interior. So as far as the driving is, it's a comfortable car to drive for the city. The steering is light. It's a comfortable car if you're driving up to a certain speed. Up to 80, I had no issues. It's a fun to drive car in that way because it's small also. Above 90, it feels quite wobbly, so it's not made for the highways. Anyways, you can't take this car for a longer drive. It's not for that purpose. But for the purpose it's set, I think it fits the budget.
It's based on the GS EV platform with a turning radius of 4.2 meters, which is great to maneuver through heavy traffic. It's got a 17.3 kilowatts battery pack with power output of 42 PS and 110 Newton meters of torque. Another unique feature is the ES button. A single press helps you switch between drive modes Eco, Normal and Sports. Long press it and you can switch between braking modes Light, Normal and Heavy. Like I mentioned before, it's got an AC port but misses out on the DC port, which will only support a 3.3 kilowatt charger. In my opinion, the best place for electric power is a city, and the best city car is a tiny one. This car reminds me of the Reva that was launched way ahead of its time. Hopefully MG gets the timeline right and it gets accepted by the Gen Z, with its high tech and multiple customization options, making it a style statement that also reduces your carbon footprint, lowers running costs, and adds some perk to your garage.
So to summarize, this car is going to target a niche of young adults. That's the market I believe this car is perfect for. So this car is supposed to be priced below 10 lakh rupees, but how low is it going to go? Do like, share and subscribe and stay tuned for more reviews like this.